We had prior engagements on Saturday that kept us from watching WrestleDream live. However, my local cable provider came through and hooked me up with the feed. The question is, will my viewer's choice be enough for Marcus to go back and watch it himself? Find out now. This is FWP.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks. FWP, so good I listen weekly. Welcome to Final Wrestling Place.
I'm Tim.
Oh, I'm still Marcus.
And again, thank you for joining us once more on your podcatcher of choice, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, or through the soon-to-be-named network at soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com. We are glad you are here with us. Be sure to follow us on social media at TNM Shows on Twitter, at Final Wrestling Place on Instagram. And if you're a YouTube connoisseur, go to youtube.com/at Final Wrestling Place. Like all our videos, subscribe, ring the bell, you know the whole deal. This week on episode 272, I give Marcus the viewer's choice on AEW's WrestleDream. We'll also get an update on the car situation and more. But first, Marcus, how in the heck are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Trying to see if I can pull anything up for my favorite segment of the show, banter. But yeah, Mr. Pig got in late from hitting the road this weekend, so a little sleepy. But paid, so that's what the money's for, right?
That's right. Yeah, you would think, right? It's what they do it for.
No, it's really the motivation of Cookout.
Oh yeah. So first of all, for those of you uninitiated, to steal a phrase from Woody from Toy Story, but paraphrased, if you've never been to Cookout, get one, because it's great. But what is your typical Cookout order?
Cookout tray with the double burger, plain, of course. For my sides, chicken nuggets, French fries, drink, huge sweet tea, no doubt about it.
No doubt.
And also, on the side, a barbecue sandwich, no coleslaw.
Okay. No milkshake.
No milkshake for me. I've tried their milkshakes, and I don't dislike them, and they don't even attack my body. It's just, I do not appreciate them for them kind of being the hook of Cookout.
Right.
I don't appreciate them that well. So I get more joy out of the sweet tea. Like, the sweet tea to me is probably the best thing on the menu.
Oof.
I love that is the thing I enjoy most off the menu. I'll say
that's tough because
the sweet tea gives me the most joy.
The plus to Cookout, if you've never been, is the variety of sides. Like, also, go ahead.
The price of the menu, it's like if a restaurant adopted the Arizona iced tea model of branding, right? Where
it says 99 cents on the can. We can't change it.
Oh, you want a barbecue sandwich? $2. Oh, you want like 10 chicken nuggets? $2. And these are tasty chicken nuggets. All right, you're not getting bottom of the barrel chicken nuggets here. You're getting meaty, chickeny chicken nuggets. My whole order that I just gave you clocks in at like under $12.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You actually just gave me an idea on my blind rankings.
Oh, okay.
For this
working on the fly here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm excited. But yeah,
ripping up the script, changing the format.
Just rip it. Well, it's because I didn't have a blind ranking, and then I was hoping inspiration would come to me, and it did. It came unto me in a dream.
Inspiration.
That's right.
I was thinking about the Iconics today.
Oh man, I'm always thinking about the Iconics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, biblically, of course.
Same.
Yes, but yeah, man, Cookout's so good. The sides are amazing. Salute. That's right. But like Hush Puppies, nuggets, corn dog, French fries.
I think got quesadillas.
I think they do. I think a quesadilla is a side, which is weird.
I think they got a dang quesadilla on the menu.
Let me look. I'm pulling up the website now. Cookout.cam, not a sponsor. But it would. Oh, wouldn't it be great if they were a sponsor?
Oh my gosh!
All right, here are the sides for the Cookout tray. You can get a bacon wrap. You can get white cheddar cheese bites, chicken nuggets, a chicken wrap, a corn dog, French fries, Hush Puppies, onion bunion rings, a dang quesadilla, coleslaw, or chili. Dog,
and you
man.
get 2 sides per Cookout tray.
Yeah. So you get one tray, you get one for the meal. You can get one entree, which is like a double burger or like a quarter pounder, barbecue, 2 hot dogs, 2 dillas, whatever, plus 2 sides, and then a beverage of choice. And all of that comes out to be, let me see if I can see on the menu how much a Cookout tray.
$7.
I think it's got to be close to that. It doesn't say on the menu on
Probably
their
varies
website.
by location. I would be willing to guess that it is consistently under like $9.99.
Oh, easy. Now there is religious iconography on the cups. There's a lot of John 3:16s.
I literally have never noticed this.
Yes,
because I'm so close to God when I'm sipping one of those drinks.
It's right. Cookout is next to godliness. It's not cleanliness. But yeah, Cookout. I need some Cookout. I've got. If it wasn't for my stupid car issues, I have a long week off of work. I would take a road trip to the nearest Cookout.
Which probably isn't even that far for you.
It's not. It's like an hour or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if you want to take your boy out for his birthday this week, just come on up, man. I won't have a car, but you will. And and we'll I'll buy Cookout if you just make
scoop and boop.
Scoop and boop, baby. It isn't just about the news, but speaking of the car situation,
yes.
Twofold information. So I got a hookup from not my adjuster, but the guy who's been doing like handling all the inspection on the car, and we finally got a number. We got a number on the car for cost. It's right in the ballpark of where I wanted to be for a settlement. So now I'm awaiting a phone call today as you're listening to this, if you're listening on Monday. Just to figure out how I'm going to get the money, where I'm going to get the money, and how the heck I'm going to end up buying a car, considering that my wife and her best friend are going to Comic-Con this week. So, and I'm going to be without a rental come Tuesday. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Why are you without a rental? Shouldn't they cover the rental for as long as you're without a car?
The rental is covered until 3 days after the settlement. So when they told me the settlement date, or they told me the settlement amount on Friday, from that moment on, 3 days after, that's how long the car is.
That's bogus.
It is. I'm gonna talk to my insurance adjuster tomorrow and be like, hey man, can we make it like 3 days from when I get the money? Like, just give me my money. Like, I want to be able to have like especially since like my
what the H did you do to be without a car?
Save some girl's life, apparently.
I think it's bogus, man.
It is bogus. But like, my wife is going to be out of town, so she would have been like my cohort in going and checking out the cars. So she would be able to, like, we'd drive in her car. I would get out. I'd wheel and deal, sex appeal, whatever. Get my car, break my own heart because I'm going to end up paying more than I want to pay for a car. I've already decided in my head, I gotta quit fussing about what my monthly payment's going to be. Because I'm not getting the car I want at the monthly payment I want it at. Mm-hmm. I gotta up it. So your boy is rearranging his life accordingly. Oh, it's going to be in between 4 and 5.
Oh, 4 and my 5. Gosh.
It's going to be in betweens. So,
oh man,
your boy has officially decided now is the time. Oh man, no more fast food. We're cutting it right here. We're cutting it because I eat a tragic amount of fast food a month.
If you just take that money and you move it over to the car, you can be big balling.
And like fast food now is like $15, $20 for one person. Like, even if you just got a combo, that's a $15 bill.
Cookout isn't fast food, for the record.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a treat. But like, but I eat a tragic amount of fast food. Like, so much so that like, if I cut off eating fast food every month, like I do, I would make up the difference of what I used to pay as a car payment and what I will have as a car payment moving forward.
It's easily. Like an opportunity business.
Yeah.
All right.
Except I get to be healthier, save more money, quote unquote, save it by putting it into my car.
And that helps you be big ballin'.
And little ballin', because I'll be not that kind of ballin', but like I'll slim down. Ballin'. Yeah. But I say all that to say this. So this weekend, I'm at a birthday party on Saturday. You're out being a fall down man. And I get an email from my insurance company, and we record in StreamYard, but so you don't see us. But this is the email that I got.
Okay, I see.
Do you see what the title of that email says?
They went full name Jones on you.
They said, Timothy, it is time to find your next ride. Insurance company, it is too soon. The body is warm. I am hurting. And you're telling me, hey, get over it, baby. Go get another car. And I'm like, I am still crying over the loss of my sweet car that never got a name, by the way. Mm-hmm. That car lived a full life, never got named. Dies John Doe or Jane Doe, because all dude cars are girls, except for yours, right?
Mine have always been gender neutral. Yeah,
that's right. There was the Blackmobile.
And there's 2.0.
There's 2.0. I don't know what the current car is now. I don't know what
the current car. The current car is bankroll saver.
There it is. That's perfect. But I just, as soon as I saw that email, I was in a bad mood. I was like, come on, man. You're not going to do that to me. And they did. So that's fine.
And they did.
But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Marcus, you have your blind rankings in front of you?
Oh, yes, I do.
So I'm going to go first. because it's topical to what we were just talking about, pulled directly from hit award-winning banter. Marcus, I need you to rank the chicken nuggets of these 5 fast food establishments.
All right, let's go.
And fast food is an asterisk because one or more of these we've already established is not fast food. Okay. So we're going to start with Cookout.
Okay. Usually a good crisp to tender chicken breast ratio. Always hot, by the way. I've never had a cold Cookout nugget. That goes for a lot. And the Cookout nugget is so good, to me, it does not need sauce. It is so juicy and flavorful. So for that, I'm going to start out by giving it 2.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to move along, and we're going to go to Burger King.
Almost always cold. Comes in a little plastic baggie. There's no presentation to it. I don't appreciate that. A good price point, but I also haven't found a sauce that goes well with the Burger King nugget. So for that, I'm going 5.
That's perfect. That's the place I'd put it. Now we've got some heavy hitters, okay? Up next.
Throw it on me.
Right now, they're all the craze. They were a title sponsor for WWE Bad Blood. Whether they're sauced or not, we're talking the Wendy's nuggets.
Oh, I have a feeling
right here you're going to break my heart.
I don't think there's an iteration of the Wendy's nugget that isn't good.
Oh, thank God.
Whether it's the original crispy, the spicy, the sauce. I've only had one sauce, the
Buffalo?
honey barbecue.
Oh, honey barbecue.
Hashtag baby mouth. You know
Hashtag
me.
baby mouth. Yes.
I had gotten an order before of like 6 just to try it out. And I had turned right back around to go pick up a 10-piece. However, I have reached a limit with how many I can have before my belly hurts.
Okay.
The number is 16 because I got a 20-piece not too long ago. And I went for 17 and I did not make it through the 17th chicken nugget.
Okay.
There was an emergency.
Implications.
An international incident.
Oh,
was
no.
On hands. Oh, yeah.
Doing the old duck waddle.
It was a sprint.
Don't do that. Running on that kind of incident is not ever good.
Big strides. Big strides.
Like a gazelle.
Yeah, got to make up ground real quick. So, I'm not going to fault it for the limit of the quantity that I can handle. And I'm going to go ahead and put Wendy's nuggets. Also, almost always hot. Number 1.
Oh, boy. Dog, that's tough. That leaves you 3 and 4. And up next is McDonald's.
All right, McDonald's. Consistent. A standard bearer of consistency. When I order chicken nuggets from McDonald's, I know exactly what I'm getting. And I swear the taste, the random shapes, the crispiness has been the same for my entire life. I don't know about all the different sauces. I feel like they're pretty neutral, so they could go well with a lot of different sauces. I'm a traditional tangy barbecue man at McDonald's. Amen. Probably my favorite barbecue sauce from any restaurant that's not named redacted with the cow.
Oh.
Yeah. So
redacted.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give the McDonald's chicken nuggets, I'm going to give them a 4.
Okay. Because number 3 is apparently redacted. Why
Yes.
redacted?
Well, they had a bad rap, and deservingly so, during the middle portion of the last decade, extending into this new decade. They had a lot of internal fixing to do, and new people came in once the old people had left or died. And they had said all the right things that you would hope that somebody would say that was trying to go on the correct path, both because of moral obligation and federal obligation.
Okay.
Because you can't be like, hey, we're not hiring gay people and we're not hiring black people.
Right.
And we don't want to hire Spanish. Like, you can't say that. So they came out, according to everything I could find, they stopped donating to causes that harm people, which is something that the old guard had did.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like that is not happening now. They said that they were not doing it. So, yes, the Chick-fil-A nugget, small, but because it goes 6, 12, 30, the size is perfect for the quantity selection. So a 12-piece chicken nugget from Chick-fil-A might be the best combo when it comes to chicken nuggets that there is. Not too full, not too hungry, just right. Give me the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets at number 3.
And no breading either. So there's
no
not
special breading. Give me yeah. So you can have your like the little bit of fried stuff on top, or you can have them grilled. Also very good and flavorful.
Grilled nuggets is good, man.
So yeah, a lot of flavor. And then also the sauces. I like the Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce. It's my favorite. But
remember that
people have their different sauces.
Remember that one time where they changed the barbecue sauce and we were on a road trip to that wrestling company we used to both work at, and we didn't know that they had made the change to the barbecue sauce, and they hit us with that smoky barbecue, and we both immediately went to Twitter and voiced our distaste to Chick-fil-A directly. Like, what the F did you guys do with the barbecue sauce? We need it right now. And they told us they didn't have it. And they were like, oh, we're sorry. And then 6 months later, Chick-fil-A was like, hey, we were a little too hasty and we got rid of everybody's favorite sauce. So we're bringing it back. But the other barbecue sauce is still there in case anybody wants it, which nobody wants it.
Nobody did.
So your power rankings from 5 to 1. BK, McDamble's, Redacted, Cookout, and Wendon's.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Yeah. I wouldn't change a thing. I feel like
I wouldn't
nailed
either,
it.
man. I think you hit it.
Thank you.
I think you hit it.
All right, Mr. Tim.
Yes, sir.
For you, I'm going to ask you a wrestling question because that's the only way my brain works. I'm going to ask you to rank these tag team workers.
Okay. All right. Gonna give me my whole life.
First name out of the gate.
Uh-huh.
Boom, boom, boom. Mr. Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston.
Okay. There's a lot of really good tag team wrestlers out there. And this is no disrespect to Kofi at all. Okay? I just want that to be put out there right now. Some of y'all are going to call me Triple H when I say this. That's fine.
Oh, no.
Okay? But there are a ton of great tag team wrestlers. For the sake of seeing who is still available, okay, I'm putting Kofi at 5. Okay. I can think of at least 3 people that are on this list that are better than Kofi as a tag team wrestler. And Marcus might have a 4th. Okay. So just for the sake alone, hoping that he didn't leave me hanging out to dry and give me Kofi Kingston and 4 gristle dudes. Kofi at 5 for now, even though I can't change it. Kofi at 5. And let's see. Let's see what the rest is. And let's see if I did a racism.
Not a racism.
No,
right,
I love
Tim.
Kofi. I love Kofi.
Next up for you, beautiful Bobby Eaton.
I see one of the 3 I had in my head. And beautiful Bobby is 3.
Okay.
He is a standard bearer. He is fantastic. He is not beautiful, but his in-ring work is probably the best leg drop off the top rope in the history of leg drops. Okay? That Alabama Jam is no joke. Beautiful Bobby, 3.
All right. Next up for you, Claudio Castagnoli.
One of the other 3 that I had in my head. And I struggled with this one because as soon as you asked the question, it rolled through my head, where does Claudio go? And for the longest time, he was in a different spot on my list. But now, Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli, whatever you want to call him, he's the best tag team wrestler in the entire world. Then, now, forever, it's Claudio. He has a great hot tag, probably best in the world, hot tag Jones. He can be the power guy if he's with the speed guy. He can be the speed guy if he's with the power guy.
Mm-hmm.
Claudio Castagnoli, number 1 best tag team wrestler in the history of tag team wrestling.
All right.
Okay.
Next up, Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Okay, cool. I like Buff. For my edification, though, because I'm hoping the last guy on your list is my number 3 or my 3rd of the wrestling tag team or tag team workers godhead. Okay, Buff is 4.
All right.
And this is where I wish Kofi was 4 and Buff went 5. So I am partially doing a racism, but number 1 is correct and number 3 is correct. And hopefully who you say at number 2 right now is also correct.
That leaves you with Billy Gunn.
Dang it. I thought you were going to go on and a thun.
Yeah.
Arn is my number 2, but Billy Gunn is also a fantastic tag team wrestler. He can be number 2 all day long. I mean, he's a part of like 2 influential top 50 tag teams of all time with the Guns and with the Outlaws.
I was going to say Billy and Chuck.
And Billy and Chuck. There's 3 then. Oh, man.
A lot of talk about Billy and Chuck this week. This is the only thing I've been spoiled on.
And that wasn't even on the Pape. That was during
man.
0 hour.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Billy Gunn at number 2 is solid. I'll take it. All
right. So in order, starting off with 5, we got Kofi Kingston, number 4, Marcus Alexander Buff Bagwell, number 3, beautiful Bobby Eaton, 2, the 1, Billy Gunn, and number 1, Claudio Castagnoli.
Hey, man, I got 1 right. My number 1 was right, and everything else follows. Very sorry to Kofi Kingston. I didn't mean to do a racism. I'd put you last, not because you're black, but because there's just better tag team wrestlers than you.
Did Triple H really say he doesn't see color? Is that a thing that happened this week?
Absolutely. Okay. I was literally just talking about this yesterday on the ride to the birthday party with my buddy Ryan. Because we were talking about the phrase, I don't see color, and how I don't see color is a cousin to I have a black friend. I have a black friend and I don't see color walk down the aisle to get married 100% of the time. Like, they are attached at the hip. They go together like peas and carrots. You know, they are there. But so during the Bad Blood press conference, someone took Triple H to task and was like, hey, there's reports going on, doing some digging on like WWE pay-per-view that black wrestlers aren't being featured in singles roles, especially in the main event. Would you like to comment? And Triple H responded with this phrase: I don't see color, I see talent. He's like, I don't care if you're black, white, green, whatever. I see talent and I book talent. Now, to be fair, I'll say this. Now that Bob Lashley's out of the WWE, they really don't have a black star right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not an excuse. Make one. You make about 50 white ones a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And don't try to convince me that Braun Breaker is black no matter how much tanner you put on him. Okay? He's not black. You keep telling me he's a Steiner, and people want him to be a Steiner so bad. I ain't never seen no black Steiner, and neither is his dad.
Huh?
No, that's his uncle.
Oh, I forgot. You're right.
Yeah, School Board is his dad. School Board and Ham Cubes, probably the two best nicknames that Connie has ever given wrestlers a day in his life.
R.I.P. Connie.
R.I.P. Connie. Yeah, what is the deal with Connie now? Like,
I don't know.
Is he? I know he's still doing podcasts. Like, I check in on the Double J podcast.
I don't fully know, but I know enough to be able to spot a shift in business model when I see one.
Yeah. Would you say the well has run dry?
I don't know if the well has run dry or
we're just in search of a new well.
We're going to a different well. Yeah.
Yeah. The chicken is out of the pot.
The horse has left the barn.
That's right. Yeah, man, because Double J's podcast is good. Unfortunately, I have stopped listening. Does What Happened When still happen? Is the Shivani pod still a thing?
Yes, but like they'll have guests on, which like for a long time there was no guest. They will, I think if there's not an episode, they'll skip a week. I could be wrong about that, but I don't listen regularly either. I will check one out like once every 2 months.
Yeah, I fell out of it. I think the only Connie podcast that I listen to on a regular basis is the Double J pod.
That is the correct answer.
And it's mainly because I love Double J with my heart and my soul. Like, has anyone rehabilitated their public persona within the last like 5 years as hard as Double J? Not saying Double J was in a bad place, but he definitely leveled up from like a dude nobody cared about to being everybody's favorite old wrestler.
I'll tell you somebody who has seen what God has done for Jeff Jarrett and is trying to do the same.
Okay.
And that is JBL.
Yes, sir. Yes. Wish Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. Can't get a date on Jeff Jarrett? Try JBL. I love
Good to
JBL.
see he's out of the Bahamas or the Bermuda or wherever, or what was he at? Is it Aruba?
Bermuda, Michael.
Bermuda. Sorry. I'm going through all of the islands that the Beach Boys sang on Kokomo. And just
he has young people on Twitter thinking that like he is this woke icon, but not in the obviously fake way that like the fake Buff Bagwell account did.
No,
but it's just like
that account's not fake. They tweeted it at odds.
It's just like JBL maybe not being such a terrible person.
Hey,
with bad views, and it's kids don't know. Kids don't know. People who just started watching wrestling don't know. I'm not saying JBL might have been terrible. I mean, he might have done some things, to get some heat, brother, that are frowned upon. But
so are you
there's
talking
like clips that came up of him like burying Ultimate Warrior because Ultimate Warrior called Droz like a crippled back in like 2004. And like, yeah, like JBL laid into Ultimate Warrior. That's great. But then people were like taking that and being like, what a champion of justice that JBL is.
So
like,
by things that he did on camera, do you mean like potatoing the blue meanie or bullying Mauro Ranallo out of televised wrestling or goose stepping?
Enough time has passed. Is there any actual proof that JBL quote unquote bullied Mauro, a grown 50-year-old man? Is there any actual proof of that, or is that just people being like, oh, I identify with this dude who likes wrestling and screams, and because he's sitting next to somebody who hit people really hard in a wrestling match, then that must be the bully. Like maybe the bully was in the headset, not sitting next to him.
I mean, Mauro Ranallo wrote a book, and he said it in his book. I don't know if that's proof.
He said it.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably lying.
You trying to sell books? Is that what you're trying to say?
Trying to work, can't work a worker.
Come on, man. Speaking of commentators who yell at you.
So how embarrassing that you're like a 50-year-old man and you're like, somebody bullied me. Couldn't pay me to put that in a book.
I can't wait for Kevin Kelly to start doing that. That Ian Riccaboni, he's such a nice guy. He's bullying me.
There's got to be an age cutoff where you can be like, I got bullied.
I think it's high school.
Getting made fun of.
I think it's high school. Once you get your diploma, nobody gets bullied anymore. After that, like you just got to fight somebody.
It continues to rise with like, when can you get off of your folks' insurance plan? And like, if the age is 25 now, I feel like, okay, 25 and under, you can't rent a car still. You may have trouble getting a hotel room. You might have trouble getting certain financing, and you can be on your guardians or parents' insurance gimmick, and you should be protected from bullying. Like, we don't make fun of you for getting bullied.
Now, of
course,
past
that age,
there are asterisks to all of that. If you are,
absolutely, right. If you're in a protected class of people, if you
correct,
yeah. If you're in a marginalized group of people, that's one thing. But if you, a 50-year-old white man, getting bullied, it's kind of funny.
If you look like me and you look like these, no, we stopped getting bullied at 25. Look, if I'm a large white man, I can't I can't go and cry about somebody calling me fat. Like, I can't. I chose this life. Fat life chose me, and I held on for dear life. Okay? That's a different topic for a different time. I was about to go into a brief aside. But yeah, man, JBL is absolutely on the Kanye workout plan that Jeff Jarrett was on to rehabilitate his life and his public feet. Because he's been at GCW, he went to AAA, he went to TNA Wrestling, MLW. He's been everywhere, man. Only place he ain't been is AEW.
You just
for
wait.
Now.
You just wait, baby.
Just wait.
Seems like TK's been on a roll with what I saw on the pre-show.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it, baby. Right. So we had a WrestleDream this weekend at the Tacoma Dome, one of the best named buildings in the history of this great sport. Tacoma Dome has a bunch of stuff and things, but they held WrestleDream, and let's just jump right into it. This is not viewer's choice yet, but TK paid Rico to show up.
As he should. What a natural fit.
Yeah. So let me tell you where my brain was when I heard MXM versus The Acclaimed was going to be on the show. And MXM talking about their third man. So they started, they announced they're going to have their third man, and there's a promo that The Acclaimed do on social media, like the day before the pay-per-view. And Max Caster goes off on calling MXM soy boys and comparing them to famous gay celebrities like Lance Bass and Elton John.
Oh boy.
And and all that stuff. And he's like, it's time to nut up, boys, and like blah 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 blah. And then Caster walks away, and Bowens is left by himself, and he's talking to the camera. As soon as I saw that promo, I was like, here it is. Bowens turns on Caster and joins MXM.
Okay.
And it didn't happen, but we got Rico, and I'm fine with that. Especially since Daddy Ass exists and Rico exists. By the way, Rico is 63 years old.
Looks great.
Considering that, wasn't he on Death Watch? Like
10 years ago, maybe a little less.
Yeah, wasn't he down real bad?
Yeah.
But now he's taking
he's not just up and moving. He's taking bookings and making towns and
taking a famouser in the Tacoma Dome.
Oh, he did? He took a famouser?
He took a famouser, baby.
Dude, that dude's sick. I love Rico.
Took a famouser, which led right into the finish where the Acclaimed hit the Bowens hit the Arrival, and then mic drop on Mansoor by Caster for the 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah. There's another thing that happened on the pre-show. Sorry, 0 hour. That I'm seeing a ton of internet discourse about, and it is the singles match between Harley Cameron and Anna Jay.
Oh boy.
Did you see the piece of business that I might be alluding to?
I did see the piece of business. I didn't know where it came from. I didn't know if it was Collision or what.
This was 0 hour.
Okay, so that happened on 0 hour.
So Anna Jay hits Harley Cameron with something and goes for the cover, and Harley's shoulder is up, and Ref Posey gets in there and pushes Harley's...
Was it Posey or Turner?
It was Posey.
I think it's Paul Turner. It's okay. All right.
I thought it was Posey. Let me double check.
All right.
But in any event, the referee pushes Harley Cameron's shoulder down, and counts to 3.
Was it 1-on-1? Just them?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking right now. Doo-doo-doo. Here it is. Yeah, that is Dropkick Posey.
Okay.
This is Dropkick Posey for sure. Yep. But literally, he pushes her shoulder down and counts the 3. And like, here's a Twitter post. Harley Cameron didn't have her shoulder down against Anna Jay, but how hard is it for the referee to just tell her to put it down? Or how about just count the 3 anyways? Don't touch the wrestlers to force their shoulder down in full view of the camera. And that's just one of the people that I've seen talking about this and how bad of a look it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I like, sometimes I feel like a lot of these statements come from very pro WWE accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But even as somebody who enjoys AEW, that's not a great look as a ref.
I'm going to nicely say that is a match that should never be booked 1-on-1 on live TV.
Okay. Even though we love Anna Jay, Harley Cameron is soon to be named network favorite. I'm sad Ed didn't get a chance to ask her if she's met Ronnie Radke. But in either event, yeah, it's weird. Like, there's so many other things that took place at WrestleDream that eat up the space. But like, for those people who are like conspiracy theorists against AEW and they want all the ammunition they can find, they will point to this and go, this is bad. The referees in AEW were bad. Like, it's one match, one dude that did it. And I think it was Posey that did it the last time too.
Okay.
Because it's happened before. But it didn't lead to the end of the match when Posey did it the last time. But it's just, it's a weird look. It's an odd look. Not, I don't want to dwell too much on it, but it had me thinking about it because we were talking about 0 Hour as it was. But
yeah, it's bad.
It's a bad look, man. It is not a great look. So, Marcus, you missed WrestleDream.
I did. Yeah, I missed WrestleDream. I was out on the road. So we're going to do things a little bit differently.
We are indeed. So what we're going to do is, because I also missed WrestleDream Live, but as I mentioned during the show open, my local cable provider maybe snuck like a bootleg wire through my window. I grabbed it this morning and I plugged it into my cable box. And what do you know? I had the pay-per-view. Okay. So we're going to do a reverse viewer's choice of sorts where I'm going to tell Marcus about the show, give him the must watch and must skip. But before all of that, Marcus is going to give a prognostication on what he thinks happened at WrestleDream. And we'll see how close he was.
Yes. And so can you go down like match by match?
I sure can, baby.
My prognostication, and I have no way of proving the two things we just talked about on the pre-show, and one of them I thought happened on Collision. So
very true. So we'll talk about the we will not talk about 0 Hour at all. Even though we have a new Ring of Honor TV champion, Brian Cage beat Atlantis Jr. And there was a hodgepodge 8-man with the conglomeration of OC and Kyle O'Reilly teaming up with America's favorite tag team, the Outrunners, going against the Dark Order and the Premier Athletes.
Okay.
But the show proper starts with Hangman Adam Page versus Switchblade Jay White.
I really like this new character arc for Jay White. I like the fire he's been cutting with these promos. Feels like Hanger's got to have a win here.
Okay.
So give me Hanger up. A little something dirty, but up clean, up with the gimmick.
Gotcha. Second on the show, Willow Nightingale challenges Mariah May for the AEW World Women's title.
Mariah up. Although what they should do is put the title on Willow.
Gotcha. Third, Katsuyori Shibata challenges Not So Jungle Jack Perry for the TNT title.
A lot of heels up early. Jungle Jack.
Okay. Fourth is the 3-way for the AEW International title as Ospreay defends against Rick O'Shea and Konosuke Takeshita.
Real quick, going back to Jungle Jack. What should happen is when he beat Shibata, he goes back to getting his little van and he can't drive because his next challenger slashed his tires.
You're right.
That's what I would do. All right. So what's this match?
3-way
for
the
triple threat. Yeah.
3-way for the international title.
Will Ospreay, because Will Ospreay does not lose.
Gotcha. 2 out of 3 falls. It is Marcus's favorite luchador, the Beast Mortos, against notable little guy, Hologram.
Hologram, because they never let Beast Mortos win. Has there been some confusion across the network about my love for the Beast Mortos?
Well, Marcus, I need you to set the record straight. So what is the guidelines for little wrestlers? You must
skinny.
be how tall and how skinny.
I think any wrestler needs to be above 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So if you're little, I think you're 6 or 6'1" and below.
Okay.
And you should be over 225 pounds.
Okay. So what if you're under your height, but you're over the weight?
It depends on how you carry yourself.
Okay.
Like Stone Pitbull.
Okay.
It's the guy's name. Him. Yeah.
Who? Go no,
Big
no,
Tom.
no, no.
Big Tom.
Okay.
Big Tom. It took me a second. Big Tom. I'll take him.
Okay.
With open arms.
Because Big Tom is also a short guy.
He is a short guy, but he's a thick guy and he carries himself like a big guy. I will allow it. He makes me believe.
So, not to change the subject, Big Tom is 5'7", 220.
Okay. He looks 275.
He does. But I think that's because he's 5'7". If he were a Marcus height dude, he would qualify in the little guy section.
Mm-hmm.
But Big Tom is awesome.
Yeah.
So the former Black Taurus, now the Beast Mortos, is 5'10", 5'10", build height 5'10".
Why would they do that?
Build weight 249 pounds.
Okay. All right. Now we're talking. Okay. So he's a good 25 pounds or so over the minimum threshold for the weight. So to me, that makes up for the lack of 2 inches.
Okay.
And then he's got the mask and everything. So I'm going to say this. I love Beast Mortos. He's probably my favorite dude in AEW. I love him. He would never lose if I had any kind of power there. That would be the hill that I would die on, is just keep letting Beast Mortos win.
Okay.
And good things will happen.
Okay.
I think that he is a heck of a man with a heck of a body and a heck of a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
I think it's between him and Claudio for being the best bases of all time.
Crazy.
All time. Yeah, I said it. Mortos is that dude. And I think if I were starting a company, I would have had him signed years ago because how integral he is to getting these little guys over doing all these flips.
Okay.
Because it don't look as good with everybody else as it does with Beast Mortos.
Fair enough. Fair enough. With that said, you're taking hologram. What's the
because they make the wrong decision all the time.
Okay, fair enough.
Little guy always wins.
Gotcha.
It's never a surprise.
Gotcha.
Beast Mortos in 2 straight falls if I had the book.
But you don't have the book, so what is it? How does it break down?
I would beat Hologram so bad in the first fall that he can't even make it to the second fall. That's what I would do for Beast Mortos.
But what happened? But what actually happened? What happened?
What actually happened? Hologram won. 3 falls.
3 falls. Okay. Next up, Brody King versus Darby Allin.
Ooh, super dope. I'm gonna say Brody got the win here.
Okay. Next up is what some would refer to as Potty Break 1 match of Private Party versus the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks up.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
Next up is Potty Break 2. Chris Jericho versus Mark Briscoe for the ROH World Championship.
Mark Briscoe up.
Okay. And in our main event of the evening, it is the final countdown continues. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship.
The final countdown ends. There has been too much effort and too many things have deliberately happened for Danielson just to beat Moxley to get to the next pay-per-view or World's End or whatever. Moxley wins, and it is in underwhelming fashion. Like, it's not even exciting how he wins. It is underwhelming, making us want more and thinking this can't really be it for Danielson. So, yes, Moxley up.
Okay. So, Marcus, I'll ask you, do you want a must watch or a must skip?
Give me a must watch.
Okay. Jay White and Hangman Page.
Okay. All right. You got right out of the gate. You got me going. All right.
So on commentary, they do so much good work with Jay White on commentary. Alluding to the fact that he's a counter wrestler.
Okay.
So they're making all these talks about how like Hangman's beating him up, and because Jay White is a counter wrestler, he will take extra punishment from a wrestler to find the hole.
Okay.
To exploit. And if
I can get into that.
And if I told you that Jay White beat Hangman Page clean as a sheet with the Blade Runner, 1, 2, 3, would you believe me?
The thing is, I should be able to believe you because Jay White is that good.
No shenanigans. Like no shenanigans either. No rock hard. No gun club.
Nothing, yeah. Jay White needs to win matches as well.
Yes.
So tough match. Hard to envision Hangman taking a loss here, coming off of the cage match, but man, I'm more proud that like they did something interesting than just like heat up Switchblade just to cut his water off.
Right. And
All
you have
right,
to think
let's
too. You have
go.
to think too. We're in Tacoma, Washington. It's the home of Swerve. Hangman is getting booed out of the building the entire match because he killed Swerve.
And burned a house there, right?
Burned a house down. Yes.
Okay. Did
Did a whole bunch to him. Yeah, man. This match was fantastic. There's a couple of other matches that are going to be more memorable than this one, but I think this match single-handedly did more for any one person in AEW than any other match on the card.
All right, let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. All right. I'm very intrigued. You're almost talking the money right out of my pocket.
Dog, there are, so I'm just going to give it to you, okay? I'm going to borderline say there is 0 must-skip matches on this card.
Okay, I don't believe you. Yeah, there has to be a must skip. I'm asking for one right now. There's got to be a must skip.
The closest must-skip match is Briscoe Jericho.
Okay.
But it's not bad. It's long.
Okay.
It's 15-20.
Okay.
But it's semi-main event and Briscoe up.
Okay, good.
There's a bunch of like outside interference with Big Bill, but like I don't think it was super offensive either. Like I thought the match was fine. It's nothing to write home about. Briscoe up, looking strong, riding on.
All right.
But I would but if you had to say it was something that was must skip, it's this, and there's probably one other match that's skippable to me.
All right. Well then, give me what, since you're trying to sell me on the pay-per-view, give me the second must watch.
Takeshita Ospreay Ricochet.
Okay.
Obviously. Duh. You've got God and Jesus in this match, and then you sprinkle in some Ricochet. So they do a very good job in this 3-way where they do a great job of incorporating all 3 pieces at the same time.
Is it one fall or elimination?
One fall.
Okay.
One fall to a finish. Okay.
Okay.
Real cool spots. Ricochet looked great. Ospreay looks like Will Ospreay. But Marcus, we finally got it.
We did.
Big Take is the AEW International Champion, pinning Will Ospreay.
There we go.
But
there we go.
There are shenanigans. So Don Callis is on the outside. He comes in with a screwdriver to put the screw to Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
Ospreay catches him, disarms him, goes for the Tiger Driver on Don Callis. And then as he's got him hooked, a hooded man runs down the ramp, slides into the ring with a screwdriver of his own, and busts Ospreay in the back of the head with the screwdriver.
Right.
And Ospreay goes down, and he's holding the back of his head, and he looks up, and the hooded man pulls his hood back, and it's Kyle Fletcher. So Kyle Fletcher turns on Ospreay, and that leaves the door open for Takeshita to pull the knee pad down and bust Will Ospreay right in the face with a knee for the 1, 2, 3.
Riveting.
But the match was great. The match was fantastic. Right. A little uninspiring with it being it's uninspired that it's Kyle Fletcher that turns. But if I were to have been a betting man with opportunities, I feel like there was better odds, or you would have made more money betting on Fletcher turning on Ospreay, and it would have been negative money that Ospreay and Fletcher both leave Callis.
Okay.
To me, at least. Because in my head, it's like, okay, they're going to be United Empire. And they're going to pull away. But Fletcher staying around with the Callis family, and actually the Callis family being successful with Takeshita. Don Callis does say on commentary that everyone he manages is a meat puppet.
All right.
And they just do what he says. And then they immediately question him. So like, so Takeshita's a meat puppet? And he goes, well, everybody but Takeshita. Of course. Yeah. So definitely must watch that triple threat match.
I just want to give a disclaimer. Kyle Fletcher is a great wrestler that does lots of moves, and maybe if you've been following him since he's been wrestling since he was 12 or whatever, you probably have an emotional attachment to him. Great for you. Love that for you. I do not. He's another dude that shows up with a new tattoo every single week and does more moves. And there is nothing about him that screams, this is for me, about him at all.
I don't like his
Protostar thing ain't it.
I hate that nickname. Protostar is so dumb.
Hair color. There is nothing about any of this that is for me. But that's okay. Because AW offers lots of variety and there's other things that are for me. Right. However, Kyle Fletcher does get a lot of screen time whenever I watch AEW. And for me to not be into him, he is on a lot for a guy who doesn't win at all.
Right. Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. So what do you want to know now?
Willow and Mariah.
Mariah's best match, not with Toni Storm. They killed it. I wouldn't call it must watch. But they crush it. Like, it is what you would it is the average Mariah May Willow Nightingale match you could book.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't sentimental. The finish was pretty hot. But to me, Mariah is still kind of floating out in the clouds. Like she's just on the flagpole, just aimlessly fluttering in the wind. And unfortunately, she like had to gobble up Willow Nightingale for this. Mm-hmm. But Mariah up on Willow. Willow goes for the babe with the power bomb off the top. All right. Mariah counters into a Rana, which gets us into a Storm Zero for the deal.
All right.
So Willow kind of gets caught with a big impressive move off the top that's snowballs into other stuff.
Okay.
But it was a fine match. It is not a bad match in any stretch of the imagination. On a pay-per-view, I may have expected a little bit more, but this was really good. This was really good. This is better than anything Mercedes Moné would have put on, period, point blank.
Without question. I know just from the little bit that happened on Dynamite, I was like, oh yeah, these two are gonna beat each other up. And it's gonna be good.
If you are big on Mariah and big on Willow, then I can see this being a must watch. But for for everything else. Like, I don't consider it a must watch or a must skip. It was really good. It is a meets expectations level kind of match.
Okay.
Right? I'm grading it as such.
All right.
However, I will surprise you here. I think Katsuyori Shibata and Jack Perry is must watch.
What?
I know. This is the best match Jack Perry has been in singles competition ever.
Okay.
Okay. Shibata is up like the majority of the match. There is a sick outside suplex spot into the side of the ring.
Okay.
That was gross. But I think this match does so much for Jack Perry as being like extra swarmy. The finish comes with Shibata putting on the choke. He's got Jack in the choke. Jack falls backwards and like leverages himself back to pin Shibata in the sleeper. So it's a new way of doing like Brett Piper.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can obviously tell that like Jack snatched victory from the jaws of defeat in this match. And I think that does more for Jack than anything else. I know you look very confused.
It's just the exact opposite of what they told me when he just wrestled Bryan Danielson last month.
Right.
It's the exact opposite because he went out there and had like a 60-40 match with Danielson where he got the 60.
He really didn't get, like, he got some stuff on Shibata, but from what I remember, Shibata, and the match is not very long. It's like 9 minutes.
It's
but
just
like,
it's absolutely counterintuitive. It's the exact opposite of what they've been telling us. At Wembley, he pretty much ran through Darby.
Right.
And was like, oh, I'm a vicious guy. I don't care about anybody. And then he's been beating people on TV and driving away in his little van. And then he has this long 60-40 match with Danielson. And it's supposed to be like the, I can wrestle match. I can hang with Bryan Danielson match. And then there's this. I
liked it because I actually believe Jack Perry in this role. As a guy who's calling himself the scapegoat, who is using all of these phrases like those that are martyred in this life are worshipped in the next, like pseudo tough guy gets worked over by the wrestler and barely survives. But the match is good. Like the match is must watch. There's a bunch of aftermatch stuff here. Okay. Where Jack Perry tries to beat up Shibata after the match.
All right.
Danny Garcia shows up.
Oh boy.
And runs off Jack Perry.
Okay.
Then we get MJF.
Oh boy.
And MJF beats up Daniel Garcia. MJF claims he's found the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And he's going to make Daniel Garcia kiss it. So he loads it up in the corner. He puts the ring on. And as he's about ready to punch it, Adam Cole is back.
Okay.
And Adam Cole does a run-in and runs MJF off. So we had triple run-in Jones, double return Jones at the same time.
Okay.
Right.
I like Adam Cole.
Right.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So, looks like a nice boy.
Looks like a nice guy. No, nobody can say anything bad about Adam Cole. There is another thing. So not listed on the card, but must watch is the Swerve Nana MVP Shelton Benjamin angle.
So this is the thing that had me probably most interested in the pay-per-view.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you much about it aside from watch it.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
Maybe don't buy the pape for, like, if I tell you more stuff about the pape that gets you interested, this will be an extra hook for you. But if you're less interested in what I'm telling you about, find this online. This is probably on YouTube in its fullest, already out there. But this was a good piece of business. I'll give you that.
All right.
Good business. So hologram Mortos was solid.
Okay.
Hologram up 2-1 on Mortos.
Yep. Shame.
Mortos did like a spinny dive.
Yeah,
like,
out of the ropes.
Through the ropes, and as he
I know
goes,
the deal.
Yeah, he does a little whirly meat or whatever. A meat spin.
Oh, easy there.
Yeah, I know. Wrong kind of meat spin. But the match was fine. Not must watch, not must skip. Darby Allin, Brody King. They do Darby Allin, Brody King stuff. They do some sick stuff with the steel stairs.
Okay.
The notable crazy Darby spot is they take the stairs. Darby is on the outside. Brody drapes the stairs on the midsection of Darby. Okay. So like the sharp edge is cutting along the waistline of Darby. And then Brody walks up the stairs.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Like gonna cut him in half.
That's cool.
It was so cool. Darby up.
Okay.
Darby up, which has implications for later tonight. Okay. Also, there's a backstage segment with OC and Jerry Lynn.
All right.
Where Geritol Lynn, where Jerry goes, "Hey man, you've really captivated like the minds of everybody, including me. Like everybody's dressing up like you. I dressed up like you for Halloween." But he says, "Hey man, if you ever got serious, you could be the man here." And then Jerry walks off, and then Hook shows up and goes, "Yeah, man, listen to him, but you're already the man." And he fist bumps him and leaves, setting up something a little later.
Okay. All right. All right.
So there's little spots, little drops. Oh, by the way, during the Darby-Brody match, after the match, Brody and Darby shake hands. So almost like a peace offering between Brody and Darby for now.
Okay. All right.
The World Tag Team title match was better than I thought it was going to be. It doesn't necessarily mean it was great, but it's not must skip. I'll give you that. We get to the main event. Final countdown. Okay. Hot start during Danielson's entrance, where Mox just bum rushes Danielson while the final countdown is playing.
Okay.
And then Danielson like makes a comeback during the song on the outside.
Okay, yeah. The Hogan spot. Yeah.
Hogan spot. They roll into the ring, ding, ding, ding. 27 minutes. And you were right. The final countdown is over. It was an exciting finish. Mox hits Death Rider on Danielson for a 1 count. And then
Sounds of Freedom.
Sounds of Freedom. Mox and Danielson struggle. Mox gets the sleeper on Danielson, the Bulldog choke, and Danielson just kind of passes out in Mox's arms from the sleeper.
Okay.
And then the stuff hits the fan.
Oh.
Okay. So Mox wins the belt. Mox wins
With the choke?
with the choke.
Okay.
With the Bulldog choke. But not Bulldog. It's kind of like he was mounted. He was like rear mounted, kind of.
Okay.
So as soon as the match is over, Claudio, Pac, and Marina Shafir hit the ring. And Claudio has a black duffel bag with him. Bryce hands John the title. Then Mox takes the title and hands it to Claudio. And Claudio puts it in the bag. And just holds it in the bag. Okay. And then Marina reaches into her pocket and pulls out a plastic bag.
Okay.
And things get weird. So immediately the bag comes out. And to make the save is Darby Allin and Wheeler Yuta.
All right.
They both slide in. And they both back everybody off. And then Wheeler drops Darby.
Okay.
They pull out duct tape and they duct tape Darby in the corner to not let him do anything.
All right.
And then Mox hands the plastic bag to Wheeler.
All right.
And then Yuta bags Danielson.
Okay.
After the match, everything's going insane. So Yuta officially kind of goes after them. Then, after Danielson just suffocates his life away, the rest of the AEW or Private Party tries to come down and make the save. They get immediately stopped. Then it's Danny Garcia, Adam Cole, and Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
Make the run. Oh, and Mark Briscoe.
Okay.
They run in the new BCC scatters. They cut Darby out of the ropes as they start to board Danielson. Oh, they Pillmanize Danielson too.
Okay, great.
They take a chair, put it over his neck. Mox bends down, kisses his hand. He taps Danielson on the head, and then he makes a gun and he points it at Claudio. And Claudio runs out of the corner, jumps, and stomps on a chair that is draped over Danielson's neck.
All right, I can dig it.
That's after the suffocation spot. Okay.
All right.
And it was after the Pillmanizing that Cole, Garcia, OC, and Briscoe hit the ring. And the end of the show, Darby is like a broken man on the outside next to OC, who is visibly pissed off, staring at Danielson getting boarded and carried out in his hometown.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So the war is on.
All right. And the team has been realigned, which was always my thinking too. That having Private Party kind of in that spot last month was just kind of a placeholder until they could get the real troops in there, which I thought was going to be O'Reilly, Briscoe, OC,
the conglomeration,
and Darby.
Okay.
So it was one off.
Right.
Okay.
Overall, this card is really great. But asterisk. WWE gets a ton of flack from us. Meaning, so they put on these great shows, especially the night after WrestleMania, right? They do night after WrestleMania thing. And it's like, oh, Raw was so great.
Yeah.
But Raw was great because of all of these surprises and returns and other stuff. And what's good for the goose is now apparently good for the gander, because like Jack Perry and Shibata was overbooked with double returns. There was a turn on the next match. There was, and of course, everything in the finish, right? The shock and all there. So it's like the filler is there. Like, there's tons of content with the in-ring stuff. But people are going to remember this card more for the not matches.
Okay.
Like, they're going to focus on Adam Cole's back. Kyle Fletcher turned on Will Ospreay. They did a murder on Bryan Danielson. Wheeler joins the BCC again. Like, that's my only
Uncensored 97.
Very uncensored 97.
And at least from hearing the difference, like at least with Raw or with WWE, most of the time it's just like, here's a surprise. Oh, you guys like Nakamura? Guess what? He's up the night after WrestleMania, or the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Surprise. Right. It's just like, here you go. At least with AEW, from what it sounds like, with the pay-per-view, it's surprises because the stories that have already been set are being honored.
Right. Like the overbookingness with like the TNT title, because like Danny Garcia definitely called out all the champs. He's going after Jack Perry first, but then he's like, well, cool, I want Jack Perry, but MJF's not finished with Garcia. So MJF comes to stop Garcia, but Cole's not done with MJF. So Cole is stopping MJF from getting at Garcia, who is stopping Garcia from getting at Jack Perry.
Yeah.
A little not convoluted. It's definitely like waterfall. Like this stopped this from this and this.
Yeah.
But overall, man, this was a great show. I fully expect, if I'm Dave Meltzer, I'm probably giving Jay White and Hangman 4. I'm giving the main event 4.5. I'm giving Takeshita, Ospreay, Ricochet 4.5.
Okay.
Those are the big three.
Okay.
If I were you, I would get this show.
Okay.
The matches,
I can figure out.
Yeah.
If I can figure out where to get the show.
So that's a good conversation. So like, especially now that Bleacher Report's done, even though the Bleacher Report Twitter feed was tweeting AEW stuff, which is misleading.
Yeah, that is misleading, but it's also very smart because Bleacher Report's a Turner property.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
but
it's good for them to actually like have that corporate brand synergy.
Corporate synergy, brother. But yeah, so you can get it on Triller. You can get it on ppv.com. Okay. And you can get it on YouTube.
Okay.
Or you can wait till January and get it on Max.
Also tempting. I've also heard of Max. Okay.
Yes.
I have heard people say Triller, and I have heard people say that's what Fight TV used to be.
It is Fight TV.
Okay.
They literally it is Fight TV, but they changed the name.
Okay. Maybe I am a lifelong WWE pilled baby. Okay. Maybe I'm an idiot.
No,
Maybe I'm just a simpleton. But your job is to make your content find me, not for me to have to go find your content. So, Triller, Fight, I don't know nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. PPV.com, I only know about that because I happen to have a lot of boxing stuff that comes across my feed because I like to keep up with boxing. If not for knowing about boxing, which is somehow dying but also doing well at the same time, I would have no idea about I would have no idea about PPV.com. So that's 0 for 2. So YouTube, I'm familiar with YouTube. Okay.
But AEW needs to be better about AEW needs to be better about, at least they will become 2025, because they're probably just going to direct everyone to Max.
Yeah. Like me, a simpleton, to me, Triller sounds like a place where I'm going to get my identity stolen.
No, it's not bad. Triller's not bad.
But Triller has no brand awareness with me.
But Fight does.
Fight did, yes.
But Triller is Fight.
But I didn't know that until like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So to me, if I'm just Joe Schmo, I have no idea what Triller is.
Right.
I have no clue what that is. So like you're asking me to give $50 to an app that I've never heard of before and an app that also doesn't have like hardly any brand awareness.
Right.
That's not going to work for me, brother. Where's the button that I can hit on my TV to buy the pay-per-view, or the button to pull up the app that I've heard of that the pay-per-view is on? I know they are getting there in 2025.
Right.
But it's a very weird 3 months here where there's no Bleacher Report to use. I know Bleacher Report. They're on TNT Sports every Tuesday and Thursday with the NBA. I'm very familiar with Bleacher Report. I'm familiar with the app. I'm familiar with the brand. I get it. I had no problem going through Bleacher Report for pay-per-view. Figure it out, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But this Triller business, I don't know nothing about that. PPV.com, I don't know nothing about that. YouTube, are there going to be ads because I don't have YouTube Premium? Like, that's a legit question I have.
No, because it's a pay-per-view.
Okay.
So there should not be any ads because I don't have it, and I have bought movies off of YouTube to watch, and there's no commercials.
Okay. That is already too many questions for me to have about buying something on YouTube for the price point.
Yeah.
Like, when WWE has a 100-year head start or whatever. So it is not a fair comparison necessarily. But I know either you have Peacock or Peacock Premium and you have the timed in ads, or you get the video package in place of the ads.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. And then for the longest time, it was call and order your pay-per-view provider.
And before that, it was the WWE Network.
Right. So there was just very clear-cut instructions and ease of access and ability to ordering and watching the content that I didn't have to go fish for. And with these AEW pay-per-views, I have to go fish to find out how to watch it. And to me, that is the problem.
And that goes along with conversations that have been had on the network about the promotional work that AEW does for their shows in general. They didn't announce Title Tuesday that Dynamite was changing nights for a day until like it was a throwaway in the middle of their Wednesday show.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to be on Tuesday. Where WWE would make it a point to like drive. Like, if they knew they were being preempted for something, they would say, Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show this week, Raw's on Saturday. And they like tell you about it. They give you they give you as much ramp as possible to make the necessary change of your schedule. Right? Same goes with what they were talking about with the advertising of the live shows into the city. But go ahead.
They give you a big attraction that makes you feel like you have to tune in to watch that episode.
Yes.
Because something big is happening. Whether it's supposed to be Sean losing the title to Sid, and Sean loses his smile on a Raw Thursday. Whether it's the Skydome Raw with Vince. I think that sets up Vince versus Austin. That was like a Raw Saturday. Like, big things happen or like get built up to make you have to tune in to the special episode.
For sure. But it even goes along with like, they don't do promotion in the city they're in until like the week before they're there. There's just a lot of growing pains that AEW is running into in regards to promotion and like how they can get their product out there. Now, I know I've talked about this before. Like, I think the new AEW media deal is perfect because it will make AEW television more accessible than WWE television in the States.
That's big.
Because all of AEW television is going to be simulcasted on Max. So it's either catch it on TBS or TNT or boot up the Max app. Whereas for WWE, well, Mondays you got to go to Netflix. And then Tuesdays you got to go to the CW. And then Fridays you have to go to Fox. Whereas with AEW, it's like, sure, Wednesday you can go to TBS and Saturdays you can go to TNT, or you go to one place and watch it all.
Yeah.
And your pay-per-views are there too. And your pay-per-views are going to be there at a discounted rate than if you were to buy them on Triller or ppv.com or YouTube, which they've already said.
Everybody loves a deal.
Everybody loves a deal, baby. I'm curious as to how big the deal will be on Max. I'm guessing because I think it's $49.99 now for an AEW pay-per-view.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that it is you get the monthly subscription price off the pay-per-view.
See, I was thinking you get like, they drop it to like $29.99.
No, what's Max? Like $15, let's say. Whatever it costs, whatever your plan is on Max, I think that's what it's going to be. I think that's
so that's going to make it $34.99.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still significant. I mean, I'll definitely
Still
make
money coming in. Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited because come January 1, I get to turn off YouTube TV and I get to utilize my VPN to watch WWE on Netflix. And I get to watch AEW on Max. And it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I am the sucker that has fallen into I pay for YouTube TV and Netflix and Disney Plus and Max, and
brother, I'm the same
sure
guy.
there's more. And
I pay
Peacock.
for Peacock, Disney Plus with Hulu. I pay for YouTube TV, Dropout. I pay Peacock, YouTube TV, Netflix, Disney Plus with Hulu, Dropout. I've got New Japan World that I pay for. And then I have ways of watching Paramount Plus, Max,
Amazon.
We have Amazon Prime. Yep.
Okay.
So
we
we pay
Amazon Prime.
We pay for Prime Video.
Apple TV.
I pay for Apple TV Plus. And so it's like there's so many streaming services. So like once I found out that all of international WWE TV is going to Netflix, I was like, I got a VPN. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, I am in England, baby. Wee wee. That's not the same. It's not the same thing. But like, okay. Look, it's been a long day. I was in a car accident 2 weeks ago. Leave me alone. Yeah, I'm gonna be international, baby. I'm gonna be. Call me international waters because I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna just travel around the world. I'm gonna be like D'Lo Brown doing a Eurocontinental tour, or was that Al Snow? Where he was like, "I'm in Luxembourg. I'm from Transylvania."
That was the hilarity of Al Snow.
Yes, that's gonna be me on my VPN watching WWE television on Netflix.
I can't believe you say wee wee in England.
I'm gonna be in England, baby. Wee wee.
No, they're the pip pip cheerio, mate. That's them.
Oi. Bruv. Yes, but that is WrestleDream.
Losers of a war. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Hey, according to Marcus, we won that war. We don't have to worry about it. USA.
Facts.
USA. Marcus, giant patriot.
You know me.
These colors don't run. Yo, how awesome was it to hear Brett and DJ do everything in their power to not talk politics on the podcast? That was great. I was ready for them to bust.
Yeah,
I was ready for them
great.
to just go on a run.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about At Odds with Wrestling really quick.
All right.
So we were talking about this before the show started.
Yes.
So this week in wrestling history, Joe plays for Adam some of the scenes of Marcus and I's favorite episode of ECW television, which is the ECW strip poker event. Okay. Now, here's my gripe, okay? I'm going to get on my little soapbox here. I'm not mad. It's not all heat, no heaters. It's not a soapbox. But if Joe would have played this for Adam before they showed anything else, I feel like the ratings for At Odds with Wrestling would have gone through the roof because Adam would have literally spontaneously combusted at the threat, the promise that Balls Mahoney makes at the start of the show. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, take a listen to this.
Hi, I'm Balls Mahoney, and tonight, for the first time ever, the sexiest women on television will be playing a game of extreme strip poker. That means, and I promise you, that one or more of these divas will get naked.
All you had to tell Adam was that somebody is going to get naked. So Marcus,
Man.
what is your favorite part of what I played? And tell me, why is it this?
Hi.
For nearly 20 years, I have had a reoccurring, at this point, nightmare that continues to haunt my dreams of that sound.
Uh-huh.
With the face of Balls Mahoney. Except in my dream, all it is somebody will get naked. With him smiling into the camera, which is right into my face.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can find a picture of it. I don't have I can pull it up again, but literally the picture is Balls in a...
He has the gimmick on, right? Yeah, he's got the... he's got the poker gimmick on.
Yeah, he's got the poker gimmick on. Hold on. I got you, baby. I'm going to show you the picture. Right here. I know this is great audio, but you're going to love this. It's this face.
Ah!
Let me see if I can pause. He's looking to it. Yeah, and he's looking.
That's
Just it, like, we watched the thing, and boy,
oh man,
pictures you can hear. That's it.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's so good.
Balls Mahoney.
I'm Balls Mahoney, and tonight, one or more of these divas will get naked. Yeah, so that's just it. Like, just I felt like we deserved, at least you and I deserved, to hear that as a companion piece to the God's work that Joe and Adam are doing for the strip poker, for the ECW on Sci-Fi stuff. Original Pod Van Dam content.
I've been enjoying the soft follow through of ECW on Sci-Fi, the only ECW that made money,
right?
Just for like, because I've never gone back and done a full watch through, so like listening, I definitely remember the majority of these episodes. But then there's things where I'm like, oh wait, that happened already, or like, oh, there wasn't much time between like this and this happening. I didn't know we were already here at the Extreme Strip Poker portion of ECW, so like that was surprising. I don't think I realized that Kelly and Mike Knox happened so early. I would have thought it was like another year into ECW.
Nah, man, that's like right off the bat. Rip.
Which I knew Kelly was there off the bat, but the Mike Knox stuff I thought was later. But it all happens. Excuse me, all happens.
Hi.
I'm gonna just isolate that sound and just crank the volume and just so good.
My nightmares will thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. With his just horrible teeth, like, just Balls trying his best. So charismatic. He's got so much charisma.
More charisma, like Shawn Michaels, but with more charisma.
Like Shawn Michaels with more charisma. Do you have anything else we need to cover this week?
I felt like that was a yes, but it's not coming to my brain.
Raw 2 hours.
Haven't watched.
It's okay. Wasn't really much to watch.
Okay.
It was good. It was on top of stuff, but Alley Catch turned on Effie. All right, I've seen enough. I'm trying to think what else we would have talked about that you had in your little mind prison.
The Rock.
What else is we already talked about The Rock. The final boss. Bloodline rules.
Anything goes.
Count to 3. Point down. Play the music. Nice. Do a throat slit.
With 2 fingers.
Nice watch,
Who does
brother.
it with 2 fingers. You know who does it? The Rock.
2 fingers. Nice watch. If The Rock had a sister, he'd give her your number.
I like The Rock. I like his little
Go eat some
backstage
Fruity
antics.
Pebbles.
I'm just always gonna like The Rock. I don't know.
Tequila on me.
Is there ever a point where you didn't like The Rock?
I did not like The Rock at like the start of the Nation of Domination.
Okay.
It was really until like I also didn't like Corporate Rock. It felt like he was Corporate Rock for a long time, but now that I'm an adult with a full concept of time, it was like 2 weeks.
I mean, he's Corporate Rock from like November to pretty much like WrestleMania. And
Pretty much,
he's out of
yeah.
the corporation pretty quickly after that.
Right.
It's like we just needed a bad guy for Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
Right. Monster of the month. Just line them up, Jack. Trying to think, like, what else was there to cover that we haven't talked about or that we would have talked about? I don't really think of anything else. Have you bought anything?
I haven't purchased anything. But my Vader came in beginning of the week, so that was awesome. Beautiful fig. I got the regular version and wasn't like DJ to get the lucky Makina mashup.
Right.
Chase.
Makina mashup.
I'm itchy for more figs, so I'm probably gonna just take a little peek ski on Ringside Collectibles and see what comes up. I've been looking at Target as well with their sales. Yeah, but nothing official. I need to buy NBA 2K. I keep forgetting that it's out, but I might not this year.
I think I'm not going to this year. Or I'll wait until it goes on sale at the mid-season.
Maybe that's the pickup. That might be the move.
Or just wait until it goes free on PlayStation Plus. Like WWE 2K did.
Yeah, so I should have done that. I should have hopped on it, but I don't have the console space now. I don't want to delete anything. So I'm like, well, guess I'm not deleting anything. Like I could delete my NBA from last year because I got not playing it.
Right.
But
and are you still playing baseball?
No.
See, but there's two games right there.
The baseball always gets replaced by the new baseball. And there's a chance I might pick it up too.
Okay. Fair enough.
The World Series.
Sure.
Yeah. Postseason baseball, baby.
All right. Well, weekly purchase for me. My wife went out and did a safari, and I too have been Vadered, and I have the original. I am strongly debating opening this because of the WCW title.
Oh, you don't have a Lucy?
I don't have a Lucy WCW title.
All right.
And this Vader is too nice to not open, I think. Because that was my thought about the Monday Night War, the Monday Night War Brett.
Mm-hmm.
That figure was too nice to not open. And I'm glad I did. Because Mr. Hitman is standing right here in line with all the the luminaries and dignitaries and Bad Terry. Just right here, just doing the hands thing with the title belt and the leather jacket. So good. And Vader could easily just eclipse Bad Terry on my display. So that'd be sweet, man. And then I got a Lucy WCW title. A Lucy WCW title that I could put on Cody Rhodes. WCW champ for life, baby. But yeah, man, I'm also itchy for figs too. But like all the figs I want are ringside exclusives.
Yeah, like the
Usos.
I
want the Usos 2-pack. I want the Outsiders 2-pack. I kind of want the Dudleys 2-pack.
They did a really good job on the Dudleys figs.
Yeah, like I want those. I want the Defining Moments RVD. What else is there that's like a ringside exclusive? Let me pull up Ringside Collectibles. This is I feel like there's other. Oh, Ringside Collectibles has a new website.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Ringside Collectibles does not look like a janky website anymore. Oh my goodness. Marcus, you're going to have whiplash.
Hold on a second. I'm going to pull this up right now. Let's figure out what the heck is going on here. All right, I like it.
Yeah, man, it looks good.
I like it. Okay. All right. I thought I was going to freak out, but no. This is good. Okay. Good change.
Yeah, man, this is good-ish. This is good-ish. And there's a sale going on right now, too.
Oh, I remember what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to make our stables.
That's right. Yeah, thank you. That's a good little callback for that. As I thumb through Ringside Collectibles Halloween sale. Ooh, they have for $23 the CM Punk Luminaries fig.
Oh, that's a good deal.
That's the ROH Punk with the yellow shorts. Oh boy. All right. We'll go from there. All right. So the deal is the question that was posed on our We Need Wrestling. Based on AEW and their partnerships, book me a stable that can compete in the landscape of AEW. And I kind of want to hold true to DJ and Brett, where you can't like break up stables to make your own stable.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta go with what's available to you. So what do you got, my man?
First, I need my mouthpiece.
Uh-huh.
My mouthpiece, I gotta have Daddy Magic Matt Menard.
Okay.
Okay. Then I need my killer. I need my go-getter. I need my dude. That's Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse.
What the heck's going on? Been attacked by a ad on the AEW website. There we go.
Oh no.
Trying to pull up the roster. Trying to stop me from shining. Been attacked. How do I do this again? I need what else do I need? So I got my killer. I got my mouthpiece. I need a tag team technically.
Mm-hmm.
Can my tag team be Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal?
Sure.
because their group's kind of disbanded a little bit, right?
Jarrett Junction, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, and then I guess I need my big single star. Even though for me it would be Powerhouse Hobbs. He would never lose. Who do I really like in AEW? I feel like they need just a little something. I can't use him. By God, he's still on the roster page. Absolute Ricky Stocks.
Fair enough.
Absolute Ricky Stocks.
So Ricky
He
Starks,
would also never lose.
Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Daddy Magic Matt Menard.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm gonna take a page out of their book. I'm gonna book a lady too.
Okay.
So my group will start with the Hangman Adam Page.
Okay.
So give me Hanger. Give me them FTR boys.
Okay.
Hanger, FTR. We need a mid card guy who can ascend and be the gatekeeper for Hangman. I don't think this is at the best use for him. Because I feel like when he does do his thing, it needs to be by himself and not like a fourth member of a group. But for this, I'm breaking up the Acclaimed and give me Bowens.
Okay.
So Hanger, FTR, Bowens, and for my lady, I want Stat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your group's never losing.
Nah, man, we can fight the BCC, we can fight the Elite, we can fight almost anybody.
Yeah, if I had to like supercharge my group and have a lady in there besides obviously Miss Karen Jarrett, respectfully,
Yes,
the spot's absolutely going to Statlander.
right. It'd be cool to do like a fun-loving group too, like a conglomeration, like another conglomeration. Because if that's the case, and we're doing like a fun-loving group, then I want my tag team to be 2.0. Willow, even though she's a part of the conglomeration. So I can't use Willow. So we'll do, instead of Willow, it'll be 2.0. Yuka.
Okay.
So 2.0 Yuka Sakazaki, and then I need a lead and a mid-carder. So fun-loving babyface main eventer. AEW needs one of those. AEW desperately needs one of those. Good grief, too many serious dudes on the roster. Are you seeing anybody that might fit that role?
Not really. I mean, He's in conglomeration now. No, so
Was it Cool Kyle or Mark
yeah.
Briscoe?
Cool. Your guy, Cool Kyle.
Yeah. So we will push, and you know what? My mid-card dude would be Big Bill.
Good pick. Good pick.
So 2.0, Big Bill, Yuka Sakazaki, and then the mouthpiece. You know what? Adam Cole's leading this group.
I like Adam Cole.
Fun Adam Cole.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. So Adam Cole, Big Bill, 2.0, and Yuka.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. Good memory. Wrestle Brain showing up. Big way. I love it.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah. It's hard to name everybody.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else or any other thing we need to cover before we get out of here?
No.
Fair enough.
Look, I love The Rock.
That's right. So, programming updates for us, okay? Just to give you guys the rundown. You stayed this long, you should be treated as such, okay? So, coming up for us, there is the 2024-2025 Round Ball Preview Special that will be coming by us for you. We're working on tentative dates, but that will be out before the preseason starts. That'll be a
regular season
starts, excuse me. That will be a Patreon exclusive over on At Odds. As per usual for Sports Talk. But it'll be free for everybody. So that will be out, and we will share that as it comes up. We also have a make good episode of Final Wrestling Place that we got to get to you. And we've got plans on that. And it's not going to be a typical traditional Final Wrestling Place. We're going to open it up a little bit. And we may need to enlist some help from a couple of the good brothers if they'd like to be a part of that. So invites will be out in the mail for a couple people to see if they want to be on. But it'll be a fun show. It'll be a different take on something that we all kind of enjoy. So we'll be on the lookout for that. But still up to something season. The March to 300 is on. But other than that, soon to be named network.tumblr.com. It's the home of this podcast, At Odds of Wrestling, We Need Wrestling, Wings on Wings. Get the hot sauce. I can't wait for the hot sauce to show up. That's going to be great. Put me down for a bottle.
Shout out.
Shout it out. But Wings on Wings, all the other podcasts on the network, the Patreon, subscribe to them. Long Box Heroes, At Odds of Wrestling, Patreons, do that. If you want to follow us on social media, you can at TNM Shows for the show, at Final Wrestling Place on Instagram, at Not the Toolman for me, at the Wrestling Speakeasy for Marcus. If you know, you know. And we will be back here next week for more fun, more fellowship, and me just doing random casual racisms on accident, I guess. Between doing wee for England and putting Kofi Kingston last in a tag team blind rankings.
Miss Tatum's gonna have something for you.
For what?
She's if anybody's gonna set you right, it's gonna be Miss Tatum.
I know she will. She always does. She's I don't know. We'll figure it out. But until next time, be good. And Marcus, right now, all that's left is to tell the people goodbye.
Bye, boys.